think you understand the pyramids, but what you actually understand is a story, a very simple story. They were built as tombs for kings, for the dead, and that explanation never really changed because it was enough. But the structures themselves are not simple. The Giza Plateau, one of the most studied locations on Earth. 3 main pyramids, Khufu, Khafre, Menkaure, built around 4,500 years ago, according to the official timeline. That's the explanation. But the structure doesn't always agree with the story. The Great Pyramid of Khufu, originally standing at around 146 meters, built from millions of stone blocks, each weighing several tons, and yet placed with near-perfect precision. Its sides align almost exactly to true north, south, east, and west. The margin of error is almost zero. Even today, this level of accuracy requires advanced tools. This is not just construction. This is measurement. So how was it built? The official explanation is simple: human labor, ramps, basic tools, time. But that explanation doesn't answer everything, because this isn't just about moving stone. It's about cutting it, placing it, maintaining symmetry across an entire structure. That requires planning, calculation, a system with almost no room for error. The Pyramid of Khafre, slightly smaller, but built on higher ground, which makes it appear taller. At its peak, you can still see parts of the original casing stones, smooth, polished, reflective, meaning what we see today is not the finished structure. Menkaure, the smallest of the 3, but built with the same precision, the same geometry. 3 different pyramids, different sizes, same logic. Now look at their placement. These pyramids are not randomly positioned. Their layout has been compared to Orion's belt. Not a perfect match, but close enough to raise questions. Why Orion? In ancient Egyptian belief, Orion was associated with Osiris, the god of death and rebirth. So maybe the alignment was symbolic, or maybe it was something else. Because at some point, you have to ask, was this just belief, or was it knowledge? And this is not limited to Egypt. Across the world, similar structures appear. Teotihuacan, Mayan pyramids, Chinese pyramids, different continents, different cultures, different timelines, yet similar geometry, similar elevation patterns, similar alignment concepts. These civilizations were not directly connected, at least not officially. So how does the same idea appear in different parts of the world, independently or from a shared source? Then you go inside, and the questions get worse, because what you expect to find isn't there. No confirmed mummy in the Great Pyramid, no detailed hieroglyphic narratives, no clear burial evidence, just empty chambers, cold stone, and a granite box with no definitive proof of what it held. The explanation? It was looted, lost over time. But that raises another question. Can everything really disappear? Or was it never there to begin with? Then there are the hieroglyphs. We're told they are a writing system, a language, a way to record history. But some researchers suggest they may be more than that. Layered, symbolic, not just meant to be read, but interpreted, or even misunderstood. So what do they actually say? And more importantly, what are we told they say? Then come the underground claims. In recent years, there have been suggestions that structures exist beneath the pyramids. Deep systems, hidden chambers, spiral pathways. None of this is confirmed, but it hasn't fully disappeared either. And what's interesting is this. These claims don't come from a single source. They appear again and again. Different people, different times. Similar ideas. At this point, it stops being just engineering, because when the explanations fail, new ones begin to appear. Some theories suggest these structures are not entirely Egyptian, that they are based on knowledge far older, a lost civilization, more advanced than we assume. Its knowledge gone, but its structures still standing. Others go further, suggesting external influence, intervention. Names like the Anunnaki appear, and even the possibility that these structures were not built alone. Entities that may have influenced human development, shared knowledge, or even played a role in construction. None of these ideas are confirmed, but they are not easily dismissed either, because there are still questions. If even a fraction of this is true, then everything we know about these structures has to be questioned, that remain unanswered. Stone cutting, weight, precision, alignment. And then there's another possibility. Maybe this wasn't external at all. Maybe humanity itself was far more advanced than we think. And something happened, and that knowledge was lost, leaving only the structures behind. These possibilities are different, but they all lead to the same question. Are the pyramids really as simple as we were told? So let's put everything together. Perfect alignment, extreme precision, astronomical connections, global similarities, empty interiors, hieroglyphic ambiguity, underground claims, alternative theories. And over all of this, a single explanation is placed. They are tombs. Is that really enough? Because maybe the real question isn't, what are the pyramids? Maybe the real question is, why were they explained so simply? Because the simpler something sounds, the less it gets questioned. And the less it gets questioned, the easier it is to accept. So maybe the mystery of the pyramids isn't inside them. Maybe it's in the story we were given. And maybe the real question is, if this was truly just a tomb, why does so much of it still not fit?